I failed time and time and time again. Failures brought me my success.
I'm sweating my ass off, my God. Let's go to the farm. I'll show you what we've had done, and you can let me know in the comments if we've been ripped off or if it was a bargain, okay?
There are so many people who tell me that what we're doing is too risky, or it's a bad idea, or you shouldn't be doing it, and all this, you know. And I get it on the comments a lot, but I wanted to address it because there are naysayers, you know, in every walk of life, aren't there? And there'll always be somebody in your peripheral who tells you that you shouldn't be doing something. And I think it's so important to let your heart be the deciding factor in what you do with your one life. Don't listen to what somebody tells you you should be doing, because more often than not, they're wrong. The risk is where the reward is. The risk is where life lies, as far as I'm concerned. I like a bit of risk, and I like a bit of reward. All those bad choices, all those bad decisions and failings, they all taught me something so valuable. And I've always made sure that every time I've failed, I've fallen forwards. Failure is an invaluable life lesson, and it's the failures that are going to bring you the most success. That sounds quite counterproductive, but it's the truth. Certainly for me, that's what I found. I failed time and time and time again at small businesses, at small things. And if I hadn't have failed all those times, then when it came to the business that was bigger and that had more riding on it, I wouldn't be equipped enough to deal with the adversities that business threw my way. But it was all those small failures that gave me the strength and the knowledge to make the right decisions when it really mattered. If I'd have listened to all those naysayers every single day, I wouldn't have even gotten out of my armchair. Let me give you an example of this. When I took on a pub, a bar, whatever you want to call it, it was really failing. And the previous owner, he'd got himself stuck in a rut because he had a small group of regular drinkers that would come in every single day. Between themselves, they spend around about £1,000 a week between the whole group, you know? And he was so reliant on that £1,000 a week that he daren't change a thing. He didn't realise just how limiting that group of drinkers was to his business. And as soon as I went in there, this group of negative twats they all said, "Oh, I hope you're not planning on making many changes around here." And I said, "Yeah, I'm going to make a lot of changes around here." And the next day, I took off all of the beers that they drank. They were livid. They all left, and I had nobody in the bar for maybe 3 weeks. And they spent every day telling everybody they met how the new landlord is this clueless idiot and he's going to be bankrupt within the month. You know, they took great pleasure in walking past and seeing my bar empty. But what I did is I replaced those shitty old beers that they all love to drink so much with, you know, a better, more diverse range of craft beers, and tried to push the boat out a bit and create something a bit special that no one else in the area was doing. And it slowly began to take shape. I guess it took about 2 to 3 months, and by Christmas it was ram-packed every night, full of positive, happy, well-heeled customers. And a few of that original group came back, and they sort of reluctantly sat in the corner and, you know, sipped at the beer with a sour face on them and talked about the good old days when there was just 6 of them in there. Over the next 2 or 3 years, we won numerous awards for our food and our drink offering. If I'd have listened to them, the business would have gone nowhere. And it would be exactly the same, you know, half a dozen miserable old twats just sat at the bar. And all they did all day was complained about life. That's all they did. They just whinged about life. And the business was a roaring success because I did not listen to the naysaying twats. So don't listen to them. Do what your heart tells you to do. Follow your happiness.
อยู่ทั้งอื่นอยู่มันก็เลยบ่มีคนแลนของพร้อมสินะบ่มีคนมาส่งให้
Ooh. How can I get you out of here, mate? You're on your own. Hey, it's okay. There's no danger. You're very beautiful. It's okay. Can you go out on your own if you go that way? Stay out of my pond, though, yeah?
Oh, I got information. Thank you.
ได้น้อยได้ไงกินซักสลับกัน
Okay.
กินซักปุ๊บเดี๋ยวผมเอาตัวนี้มาใส่แล้วแกสิเดี๋ยวผมอันนี้สิใส่
Raw. ใส่ลิ้นชัก
กินซักเลย